Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about Donald Trump and the impact he could have on UK house prices and the UK economy. Now, I know this guy is really controversial and I don't want to get this video massively political. I want to look at the facts and what's going on and what impact it could have. And I ask you to be respectful in the comments. The fact is we're all here to learn together. And people's opinions matter, but keep things kind and polite if you do want to comment. And I do appreciate all the comments that we get and encourage you to comment and have a balanced opinion. So do comment your thoughts as we go through this video. Now, if you're new around here and you haven't watched this channel already, do make sure you subscribe to the channel over here. We're a property education channel. We teach you exactly what's going on in the market. We talk about house prices. We talk about interest rates. We talk about investing strategies with new content every day. So do subscribe and hit the bell. And let's get some more people aware of this content, of this video. How do we do that, you ask? Simple. Smash like, tick or like, do something to that like button. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm and makes a massive difference. So thanks to everyone. So you may not know, or maybe you do. My first business I went backpacking in the early 2000s. And while I was there, I saw a guy, we were on the Kiwi Experience, which is the bus that you get around New Zealand. And I had a CD player with a ton of fake CDs that I'd got in Bangkok. And it was massive to carry around. But he had this iPod that played all these different songs. And he didn't have to buy batteries. He charged it, which was crazy to me. When I got back, I set up a business. And I had this iPod accessories store, which got pretty big. We built it up to a £2 million a year turnover business. And a big part of that was importing products from the Middle East, also from Asia, and also from America and Ireland. So we imported stuff all around the world. Now, our customers were in the UK, so we weren't exporting much. But the tariff war that Donald Trump has got would have made that business very, very hard to work. Because when we bought from China, for example, we would have to buy 3 or 4 months ahead of time because we wanted to get volume discounts. They'd make the product, they would ship it on a boat, which took absolutely ages. And if I bought at a price, let's just say I bought a load of iPod cases and I spent £100 on iPod cases. But then by the time they arrived, I then had a 25% tariff on top of that. There could be a scenario where sometimes I would lose money because I was selling on the internet and margins were very, very tight. I had to get product in and shift it on very fast in order to make my margin. That's how that business worked. And right now, Donald Trump is causing absolute chaos in the stock markets and he's causing chaos for business owners all around the world. He's put tariffs on Mexico at 25%. He's put tariffs on Canada at 25%. He did that about a month ago and then walked it back very, very quickly because they had a very strong or powerful call, as he would say it. He did it again this week. And those tariffs went on and they've been walked back again very, very quickly and delayed until April. Now, that makes business very, very hard. Imagine you are a consumer and you want to buy a MacBook. Now, Apple launched a new MacBook this week. I know because I follow all the Apple stuff because of my iPod history. And they did launch a product for £1,000. Now, $1,000 even, a new laptop. Now, if you wanted to buy that laptop and your budget was £1,000, but suddenly they put the tax on, and because Apple are importing that product, it's now $1,250. That means some of those purchases are not going to happen. So Apple is going to have a slowdown in sales. But also imagine if you had an American business where you made furniture and you imported lumber from Canada, which is where a lot of this stuff comes from, and you didn't know what you needed to charge your end client. Maybe you got the contract to make 100 chairs, and then you make the chairs once you've got that contract. If you don't know what your fixed cost is going to be on your lumber, it makes it very hard to sell on the other side. And this stops all sorts of transactions. And with the tariffs going on and going off, this is going to slow down the economy. Now, there's threats of tariffs going on the EU. That will impact British business quite hard because we sell to the EU and we buy a lot from the EU as well. And so those businesses will get uncertainty in the EU, and we might get a tariff of 25% as well, giving us uncertainty. It slows business down, and by slowing business down, you're going to push the world into a recession, and that is a big problem. So the tariffs aren't great. Even the Republican Party believe that, but the uncertainty is the bigger problem. So what does this mean for house prices? Well, I feel that this will contribute to a slower economy. That means people will lose their job. And I think that house prices will start to come down. We've also got uncertainty in the UK around stamp duty. Well, it's not uncertainty. We know it's going up for first-time buyers. But if more people start to lose their job in the UK, with also the problems that we've got in the UK, which are higher minimum wage, higher national insurance contributions, higher business rates for a lot of businesses, this is a problem. And all of this tariff stuff and global trade war will contribute to the UK economy slowing, and that ultimately will mean house prices will drop. Will they crash? Maybe. I don't think they will. I think they will slow down. I think the last time we had a crash was more about money getting frozen and not moving and not getting lending. That was a real problem with the banks. But we've all been stress tested a lot better. It could happen. I just think you'll get a slowdown, and the market will slow down this year until eventually someone in America decides to stop this stuff, or we just get used to the tariffs and then we'll continue. That will be the new normal. So house prices, I think, will slow down. Now, interest rates, right now, the markets do not feel that interest rates are going to drop much this year. The Federal Reserve have said so. The Bank of England has said they're not likely to cut as much as they were. And that's because inflation is rising. Tariffs are going to cause inflation to rise. Now, normally you get inflation by money printing, governments printing money. But if you're putting a tax on top, it's going to have a similar impact. I saw a Fox News video the other day where an 80 grand Ford in America is already getting reticketed at $100,000, $20,000 extra on one single car. So this will slow down the economy, and we will have maybe higher inflation. We need to see how that pans out. But what we will see is actually the opposite. I think inflation will go up, but I also think that the economy's going down will be more of a concern for the Bank of England and more of a concern for the Federal Reserve, that they'll have no choice but to cut interest rates. I feel that they can't tell you that right now because they're trying to keep the inflation down. The economy isn't in free fall, it isn't in recession at the moment, but it doesn't look great. And I think that you'll see rate cuts based off the fact that the economy is going to shrink, and the Fed and the Bank of England have to do something about it. You've also got governments all around the world, especially in Europe, that now want to borrow significantly more money for defence because of Donald Trump and the threat of pulling out in NATO and not supporting us in those scenarios. So governments want to spend on defence. They need interest rates lower as well. So all of this will mean two things. House prices could become more affordable, and interest rates, I believe you'll see more drops by the summer if this stuff doesn't get resolved in the next few weeks. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think the global economy impacts interest rates and house prices in the UK? Comment below. Do smash like. And we've got a new ebook on how to make money in a down market. I'm going to link it below. Grab a copy of that ebook. It's a brand new one that's launched this week, and see how you can take advantage of a dropping market. Do check out all the other content as well on my channel, including this video right here.